clicked over maybe late in that first quarter is when you guys went a run. I think it was within 3, and then you guys, it was a 7-8 run, something like that. I mean, just where did you see kind of switch, sort of flip at that point? It seemed like everything was going in after that.
Well, Tyrese was the change agent, early in the game, and he got going from there. He hit the first play we ran. He hit 3, and then he gets that vibe going, and it gets our team juiced up. And it can be difficult when you're facing a guy making shots like that. I mean, we saw it with Luka last night. He made some hellacious shots. Tonight Ty was doing that against the Wizards, and that got the rest of the guys going.
Obviously, he was red hot in those first 10 after the break. Since he's come back from the injury, he's cooled off from 3. Seemed like he was close. Basically, seemed like he was just missing something. We're rattling out. I mean, just how did you see him just sort of maintain his confidence that they were going to go in at some point and obviously get them to fall tonight?
Well, he's had to work through a physical situation with his back. He's doing better each day. Fortunately, tonight the minutes were very reasonable. I think he only played 24, and it's a time of year where you really got to watch the health of your team. The rhythm is an important thing, and we can't overcoach right now with X and O stuff. We got to really be tuned into the spirit and the vibe and what our standards are.
What did you like about what Jarris did? Obviously, he had some big shots as well, building off a little bit off of last night. What did you like what he was able to do?
Yeah, third consecutive game where he did a lot of very good things. Very solid. We had him guarding Jordan Poole at one point, and that's as hard a guard as there is in the league right now. The guy shoots 40-foot step-back jump shots, during the flow of the first quarter. He's a beast to guard. And so Walk guarded him. He played some 4, he played some 3, he guarded the 2 and the 1. And so that shows his versatility. And, we know he can make shots. We know he can make plays. And loved it when he attacked the rim hard a couple times.
First, obviously, he hit the 3 that broke the record. How cool was that, obviously, to see him get the shot in there and hit, again, a record-breaking 3?
Yeah, does he have family here or something? What was going on?
Everybody in the stand loves him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this is a kid that we thought was a top 14 player in the draft last year, and we got him at 35 or 36 or whatever it was. And so, he's a guy that's been ready. And coincidentally, when we were in here last time, we had a bitch of a time with these guys. And Furf went in the third quarter and played some important minutes, and I think it was a +4, and it's something that really helped ignite our comeback. So, he's had some good moments in here, and but he's much more than a depth guy that just gets in during garbage time. I mean, he's a guy who's going to be a hell of a player for the Pacers.
Rick, your franchise never really embraced a full rebuild. You guys kind of try to retool on the fly and keep it going. And I just wonder, what's the challenge of that, and why do you think you guys continue to always operate that way?
Well, this was a full rebuild, really. I mean, the trade for Sabonis for Halliburton, that triggered major changes. Not long after Malcolm Brogdon was traded, he was a centerpiece, and we went with a lot of younger guys, and so, but a rebuild can be accelerated a lot with a special player like Halliburton. And let's not forget that Halliburton was a guy that helped Buddy Hield have a couple of special years with us, and Halliburton is the reason that Pascal Siakam wanted to come to the Pacers and re-signed with us. Mm-hmm. And so you're talking about a real face of the franchise, and then and so that kind of impetus makes a big difference.
One guy can do that.
One guy can really make a difference. Yes. All right.
All right.